Are you tired? Weary? Burnout? If you are, then this message is for you. Matthew chapter 11 verses 28 to 30. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. The Gospel of Matthew was written to the Jews who were Judaizers, and they were steeped into traditions based off of the law of Moses and based off of human-made traditions instituted by the Pharisees, the religious leaders of the time. Matthew wrote his gospel with the purpose of proving to the Jewish people that Jesus was the Messiah. It is to this kind of audience that the passage I read was addressed to. Matthew records Jesus extending an invitation to the Pharisees and the Jewish people at those times. What is the content of this invitation? Number one, he said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden." The wise and learned Pharisees has placed so many rules and regulations that religion during the time of Jesus has become very burdensome. It became a heavy thing for people to do. In exchange to that, Jesus is extending an invitation to the Jewish people of during his time to come to him as they are, who they are, to just come to him. Not to come to him on the merit of their religiosity, not to come to him on the merit of their good works, not to come to him on the merit of their education, but to come to him just as they are. And you know what Jesus said? He promised that if people will come to him just as they are, he said, I will give you rest. Rest comes when we come to Jesus as we are. Not on the weight of our accomplishments, not on the weight of our education, not on the weight of our personality, but we come even in our brokenness. We come even when we know we have done things that we are embarrassed to admit to other people. Come to me, said the Lord, and I will give you rest. The second invitation that Jesus extends is take my yoke. The law was a yoke that was considered hard to bear. It was just difficult. There was no way anybody could perfect the law. That's why it was very burdensome. And you know what? You and I, there's no good works that will be enough to make us earn our place in heaven. There's none. But you know, Jesus extends this invitation. My yoke is light. The Lord is inviting you and me to abandon legalism, Pharisaical, religiosity, all of this, in exchange for just walking with Him and entering into a loving relationship with Him, learning to walk in the Spirit and in love. Walking with Jesus, carrying that yoke, is not a burdensome process. In fact, from my experience, it has been a very liberating experience. The last one is Jesus invites the Jewish people of his time to learn from him. A quality of Jesus is humility. Humility and path of service. One commentator said, so much of our fatigue and burdensome toil stems from pride. If we are successful, our egos are inflated and we try for more. If we falter, the rejection of others and our self-condemnation weigh us down in guilt and self-doubt. It is much more freeing to take Christ's attitude of serving others. A lot of times we find ourselves tired and weary because we worry so much about what others think. It's about our pride. It's about our prestige. It's about people honoring us, and we want to display that we are an accomplished person. So a lot of times that wearies us out. I don't know where you are. Are you tired? Are you weary? Maybe you're trying too hard to follow the law. Instead, Jesus is telling you, come to me as you are. Give it to me as you are. Just be my child. Learn from me. Have the humility to admit your shortcoming. Have the humility to say, I can't do this. And choose the pathway of service. God bless you. And thanks again for watching this video.